Thank you so much for joining me for this Get Set Go tournament on the Greenock Point course. In this video, I'm going to walk through all the shots from the front tee. We're going to discuss how we can approach this course and get ready for the tournament. Now, I want you to remember that I can't tell you exactly how to play every shot with every kind of club and every kind of ball, but I'm going to give you the general routes, directions, and the philosophy behind each shot so that we can prepare to do well and just shoot low on the weekend. So if you're ready to get into this video, I know I am too. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future content. I'll see you on hole number one. Hole number one, and we're starting off with a dogleg left par 4. Now, you can basically bring any ball you like here. I'm demonstrating this with a very low level account. I'm giving it about 4 bars of topspin because of the lack of power on this driver. But don't let that fool you into thinking that you're always going to need that. If you use a Titan ball or any kind of, even a power 1 ball here, you're just going to need to dial it back. The principle of this shot is that I'm getting it to the end of the fairway here, just past the corner to set us up for a second shot. So as you can see, even with the great ball, we're coming in nicely here on our second shot. So we adjust 10% on that drive. Second shot here, I'm playing this at 0% maximum distance. Now you do see that I'm playing with the Viper. However, I recommend the Sniper if you've got it. That additional ball guide is always going to be helpful. So given the wind here, being that it's like a cross tailwind, we're going to give it a couple bars of backspin. And as you can see, I've got that second bounce nicely on the green. Now, there's definitely a rough bump to be set up here. If you've got the clubs and the reach, maybe a horizon here might be something to try, or even just that good old Sniper rough bump. So, always going to be something for different tastes. This is one of those courses that's been around for a while. And, there's a lot of good opportunities to be had, but it is also a little bit tough. So just about here, looking fine. We'll see you on hole number 2. Hole number 2, and we have what I would say is an absolutely terrible par 3. Coming in here with a Quasar and a Guardian, right in minimum distance there. We're giving this max back and max right spin. I kind of used the ball guide right to the pin as a little bit of sort of an attempt at aim with this headwind. The thing about this par 3 is that there's really nowhere flat that we could land. It's very, very challenging. So I'm looking to get a birdie clean and clear every single time with this 10% minimum adjustment. And hey, as you can see, it can be done. We just need a little friendlier wind. Hole number 3, and we're looking at a beautiful par 5. This one here, if you can clear this gap on the drive with a decent wind, you're going to set yourself up for a really nice second shot rough bump. So I'm playing this one 10% max top, max left, and you do need to have the right kind of wind for this one. If I have a headwind, I'm probably just going to kind of lay up on the left side and just try to get to the green for eagle. However, when we've got a nice playable wind like this, as you can see, bit of tight margins on the setup, but it is absolutely makeable here. Extra mile and a Titan, way down, roll, just up past that red marker or close to it here, and should set us up nicely on that second shot. Now, I'd bring like a Sniper and a Goliath in your bag. It really depends on your drive, but and as well, if you have a longer set of clubs, you might get away with playing your Grizzly here. It's going to give you that little bit extra, accuracy. So whatever, the best long iron that can reach for the shot, I play here 10% max. I'm basically just giving it like 1 bar of topspin. And this one, you just really need to find a consistent landing position, and we can dial this one in. It's a little bit difficult when you've got a low-level club and you don't quite have the ball guide to see what you're doing. But this is an absolutely awesome chance to get Albie here. And if anything, you really should always be left with just a tap-in eagle at the very, very worst. So I wish you luck on this hole. I think it's really cool, and I know we're going to see a lot of booms. Hole number 4 takes us from one of the hardest par 3s in the game here now to one of the easiest. I do adjust this shot at 20% maximum, and I'm setting it up with my favorite long iron. Heck, bring the Reaper, whatever works for you. And I'm giving it 3 to 4 bars of backspin. You'll see the way this ball comes in. I probably could have played just as nice with 4 bars of backspin. That's it. Set it up, line it up, hit. Perfect. I do think that, a Marlin ball, for the sake of a little bit of, wind resistance in the tournament. Navigator works beautifully here as well. All in all, this one, we're going to be dropping a lot. Good luck. Hole number 5 is a bit of a long par 4 in that if you don't go for it here on the drive, it's going to be almost impossible to get that eagle. So I like to bring a power 3 ball here and my extra mile. I'm giving this one maximum top spin and about 1 bar of left spin. Basically, I'm also stretching out my landing position to sort of see exactly where we want to hit this target. I adjust it 10% max, and we're going to push this one back up to max. Now, I don't need to give it maximum overpower here, but nonetheless, you need to estimate just exactly the sweet spot for you and your wind so you can get a nice little bounce in that shadow and a little further. However, as long as you can bump in that rough and roll out, you leave yourself with a very makeable shot here. Now, you'll see me checking my distance on the thorn. I do decide to play this shot at medium distance, 10% medium distance, and just a little bit of backspin. 1 bar here is all I'm going with, something that I think is very, very repeatable. Now, of course, we do have this beautiful direct tailwind to work with, so take that into consideration. If you're coming into a strong crosswind or headwind, you might need to change this adjustment up a little bit. So anyway, all you need to do is line it up and hit perfect, and you're going to give yourself a great chance for eagle here. This is one of these holes I think is going to be quite important of a drop. So let's do our best, and I wish you the best. Hole number 6 is a par 5 that I think is going to prove to be one of the favorite albatross attempts of the tournament. Now, you see me playing this shot with an extra mile and a basic ball. I recommend a Titan here. Let's get ourselves nice and far down this fairway with max top, max left, max overpower, and likely max left curl as well. That is going to be wind dependent, of course, but generally speaking, we want to get it past that red marker if we can. But if you do play from this position, it is perfectly fine and completely acceptable because, as you can see, you can still reach very nicely with your wood club. Now, I would recommend, once again, to bring a sniper if you've got it, especially if you've got that sniper in level 7 or higher. Nonetheless, we're going to adjust this shot 10% max, and I'm giving it about 3 bars of backspin here, depending on the setup. Now, again, this elevation adjustment could change depending on the wind, but this one here, even in a strong crosswind, we come oh so close. A nice little perfect ball. Slowing down, as you can see, just need a little bit more there, but I think we can get this one dialed in. Hole number 7 is a par 3 that is well regarded as being one of the toughest par 3s in the game. Now, I do think, though, we have a nice line here. I play in this about 3.5 top, 1 bar of left spin right down in the bottom right hand side of this front bunker. And as you can see, you get a nice little ball guide to work with here, even with that level 9 backbone. I am using a Kingmaker on this hole just to account for the difficulty and to try to give us the best possible chance for success. I adjust this shot 10% max, and we're just going to go with a little kind of bump and roll. You wouldn't think to use topspin too often on a par 3. However, in this case, with this kind of circumstance, I think this is an excellent way to give it a run. Good luck. Hole number 8, I think, is a fun par 4. There's definitely a big power shot you can do on this hole if you've got the clubs. Otherwise, bring your extra mile and a Titan. Max top, max right. This could be pulled off absolutely with like a Quasar as well. There's a lot of fairway up there to work with as long as you hit this landing position, if you will. Now, I did give this one a good bit of right curl. You can do that. You should do that, but it's actually not 100% necessary. As you can see, so much fairway to work with. But if you're going to use curl, use the same amount every time. Try to get a consistent landing position for the second shot. Now, I am playing this one here at 10% medium distance, and I'm landing on the fringe. I end up settling here on 4 bars of backspin here in this light cross tailwind. Something to keep in mind when you're setting this one up is that fairway in front of the green is quite uneven and not a very reliable landing position. So I recommend landing here at least on the fringe or the green, depending on your preference and the angle of approach based on your drive. So this could be a very tricky second shot. This, I think, is one of only 2 times I've ever sunk it, and I hope we can do it again in the Get Set Go tournament. Finishing up on hole number 9, we have the kind of par 5 that to me plays much differently with high level clubs as it does with low-level clubs. So I'm playing this one with basically a layup shot here on the drive. Now, you can see that big rough patch between the first fairway and the second. If you want to go for it, if you've got Thor's Hammer 7 like my pro account and you want to just get that big bump and roll, by all means, you're going to leave yourself a much easier shot. However, for the average rookie, 10% here on the drive. Try to get it as far as you can down this first fairway without going over. Second shot, same idea. You see the Viper. I'm always going to recommend the Sniper to you, but the Viper can get the job done just the same. And idea here, same thing, 10%. Layup on this shot. I give it a little bit of curl. That's just a personal preference there in that position. Unnecessary. Just going to play it safe because you know what? This is a difficult one. But from the end of this long fairway here, you see we've got a pretty level shot. I'm coming in with a thorn here, and it says 10% medium distance. Now, of course, I'm playing this one with a basic ball, but I think you should probably bring something with a little more boom if we're going to make a big impact here. There's a rough bump that could be done here from the green if you get there, but a couple bars of backspin, 1 to 2, depending on the wind here. And again, I played this 10% mid with my thorn level 1. So just like to show sometimes you know that these holes can be managed even if you don't bring an APOC 7 to rookie. Hey, and if you do, let's talk about that live in my stream. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button yet, please go ahead and do so. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you have a great tournament, and thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my Get Set Go rookie walkthrough video here on the Greenock Point course. It's been my absolute pleasure to share the shots with you and to go over the way that we can approach this course for the win. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my future content. Thank you so much for watching.